Hi, everyone. My name is Caleb with We the People Missouri. I'm here with Bridget Bidinger, Nixa School Board candidate. Bridget, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right. Well, we thank you for coming in today.
Thank
I
you.
just want to ask you a few questions. Why are you running for Nixa School Board, and why did you choose to run now?
Okay. Well, why I chose to run now, really, actually, Valerie from We the People was part of my inspiration when I was already contemplating it this past year, this past fall. And I think, like many citizens, the past few years, we've realized that there's been a an understanding that municipal elections play a pretty big part in our lives and actually have a bigger role often in our day-to-day lives, and what goes on, whether it be city council or school boards or health board elections, than the White House that I was often so focused on. And we've been here in Nixa for 8 years. We moved to Nixa because of the schools. I was one of those moms that researched where Nixa was academically before coming here and deciding on Nixa. I looked at the website, what was their mission, what was important to them, and looked at their Facebook posts, what were they constantly posting and things like that, and decided Nixa was where we wanted to be. Yeah. And since then, my daughters have really thrived. I have a sophomore and a seventh grader, and just they've had some great teachers, some great coaches pour into them, both in class and on the field. And I just felt like I said earlier, just, okay, now is the time to serve. I've always had a lead in the service of others mentality and feel that what better way than to pour it into this generation.
Absolutely. What do you believe is the school's role versus the parent's role in raising and teaching a child?
A little bit of a hot button topic question there, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's seen what's been going on.
Yeah.
In other school districts across the country. And in many cases, in other school districts, it's pretty apparent that the parental autonomy's been slowly stripped away. I haven't necessarily seen that here in Nixa, but it is important to me. I feel that the parent should have full autonomy over whether their child is vaccinated or whether they have to wear a mask in school. I feel that the parents should have some visibility into the curriculum that is being taught into the classrooms. I feel that they should have, for example, the ability to opt out of, there seems to be an increasing number of invasive psychological surveys that are handed down from the state. They should have the ability to opt out of those. And while the school should primarily be focused on teaching the essential elements of education, reading, writing, math, arithmetic, and preparing our students to have the fortitude and the knowledge to enter, beyond K through 12, whether it be college, military, or directly into the workforce.
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
What is your opinion on the books that are available to our children in the school library?
Another hot button.
Yeah.
The book banning, which always makes me chuckle because my understanding is that a lot of parents, even in other school districts, it's not about banning books. It's about making sure that the school library is offering books that are age appropriate, because I personally don't feel that we should shy away from providing tough subjects for a student to handle, but again, they need to be age appropriate. Now, when it comes to books that are sexually explicit in nature or pornographic in nature, those books have no place whatsoever. Absolutely. On the library shelves. In Nixa, we do a very good job from a technology standpoint of making the students aware of the dangers on the internet. And we do it, restrict what they can have access to on their Chromebooks. We, again, make them aware even on their iPhones and stuff. So when I became aware of certain books that were available in our school district, it was disappointing to say the least, because, again, we do such a good job of shielding them from that content in other places. In my opinion, if a student cannot write about the content that's in that book, if they cannot write about it in an assignment, if they cannot draw some of the images that are in some of these books, in art class, then why would we then make it available to them in the books? Even before COVID, we had a rising mental health crisis amongst our students, our young people, and young adults. And I feel that some of the content in these books could be very triggering for some of those students that are already dealing with difficult situations at home. Mm-hmm. So what I would love to see, and if I'm given the opportunity to serve, I would love to see better vetting processes on the front end, on the selection of these books, better parental notification. Hey, this is what your child checked out. And it needs to be in a format that's easy for the parent. They're busy. They're not going to have time to look into what is my child checking out. It needs to be easy. It needs to be quick. Whether it be committees are formed on the selection of some of the books. I don't have all the answers to that yet, but something needs to be done on the front end because these types of books are going to continue to come in. And I think it's the school's responsibility, not just the parents, to protect and shield them from a mental and wellness standpoint.
Yeah. Do you support the teaching of critical race theory in schools, and why or why not?
Oh, critical race theory. It is something that's not technically taught in the schools, but it's a gray area. So critical race theory is a derivative of critical theory, which is a derivative of Marxism. And unfortunately, what I think a lot of parents and even educators are starting to realize now is that there are tenets of it that are interwoven into the sub-curriculum and instructional materials and professional development materials, even handed down from DESE and the MSBA. So to say that it's not being taught, again, is technically accurate, but to say that some of the tenets of it are not kind of, like I said, interwoven is false. They're basically what critical race theory boils down to is to understand that and view the world that there is a hierarchical power and that people should be viewed, the world should be viewed through that lens, and that people have immutable characteristics, whether it be from their skin color or their socioeconomic status. And unfortunately, in a nutshell, it takes one group of people and paints them as the oppressor and another group of people and it paints them as the oppressed. And when you have young minds, when you have children of all different colors, all different backgrounds in a classroom together, and they are learning to get along, learning to learn together, learning about life together, to paint those pictures in a classroom, in my opinion, is quite divisive. Yeah. And any form of it, any slant that way shouldn't be involved in the classroom. Absolutely. Or part of the classroom.
Absolutely. So where can we go to find out more about you?
My website is bridget4nps.com. You can reach me at bridget4nps@gmail.com. And you can find me on Facebook at elect Bridget Bidinger for school board.
All right.
On Facebook.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. What can people do to help you before the election on April 5th?
Get the word out. Get the word out. And we're knocking on doors. We're passing out flyers. We're just spreading the word. I've been very, very encouraged along this process. At first, I didn't know how political it was going to be, but I've had a lot of teachers come alongside of me and share their concerns, and a lot of parents share their experiences and concerns and hopes for the Nixa School District. So it's been great so far.
Awesome. Well, good. Mm-hmm. Well, Bridget Bidinger, I want to thank you for stepping up and answering the call for Nixa School Board. Thank you for doing your part in saving our great nation.
Thank you. It's an honor.
You.
Yes.
We need the help of all freedom-loving Americans. Number 1, vote for Bridget Bidinger on Tuesday, April 5th. Number 2, contact Bridget Bidinger's campaign and offer your help with knocking on doors, passing out literature, and spreading the word. Number 3, put Bridget Bidinger's yard sign in your yard if you haven't already. Number 4, hold Bridget Bidinger's sign at your polling location on Election Day. Get your friends and family involved and hold these signs for different shifts throughout the day. And number 5, please share this video. We the People of Missouri endorse Bridget Bidinger for Nixa School Board. If you would like to do even more to help save America, please visit us at wethepeopleofmissouri.org.